It goes on beautifully. Oh my gosh. Oh my, what? Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be trying more of your drugstore hidden gems. I filmed a video just like this a couple of weeks ago and I asked you guys if you would like to see a part 2 because I got so many different submissions, so many different products were suggested, and I wanted to try out more. I had so much fun doing the first version of this, and there was also a couple of products that I needed some time to order online and things like that. So it gave me a little bit more time to do that, so I have a full face in front of me, and that's what we're going to be doing today. If you did not see part 1 of this video, I will have it linked down below for you guys, but we're not going to waste any more time. Let's just get right into it. I'm going to go ahead and clip back my hair. Okay, and now we are ready to begin. I think I'm going to start with complexion, even though I might do something a little more intense on the eyes later. I normally do my eyes first when I do a more intense eye look, but I just really want to get into some of these complexion products. So in my last video, there were a couple of you guys who suggested that I use the Revlon Pore Reducing Primer, and someone also said the pink one. I ended up picking up the wrong one because there was only one at my Walmart, so I ended up picking up the correct one this time, and that's what we're going to be testing out today. So again, here it is. It's the Revlon Photoready Pore Reducing Primer, and this is the pink one. The other one was a little bit more of like a creamy white kind of a color, so it was still good, by the way, if you're wondering. Like, I really enjoyed that one, but I'm excited to see how this one works since this was the one that was suggested. So I have a pump right here. I'm going to go ahead and just apply this with my hands, and I'm going to focus it in the T-zone where I have the largest pores. Ooh, it feels like it's blending out really nicely, and then it has a definite like silicone kind of feel. If you're familiar with other pore filling primers, you'll kind of know what I'm talking about as far as texture goes. My skin already looks so smooth. No, but really, like really smooth. Okay, well, that feels really nice. Let's go ahead and do the next product. So in my last video, I tried out the Revlon Candid Photoready foundation. I absolutely love that foundation, but it wasn't brand new to me. I had tried it before, but it had been a while, so I was able to try it again. Somebody else said in the same poll that I did on Instagram that the Revlon Photoready Candid Glow Foundation was one of their drugstore hidden gems. Now, this is a newer foundation. I just got sent this in PR, so I was so excited when it arrived at my door because I couldn't find it in stores. So I was going to try out another foundation that was recommended, but when this came, I knew that I wanted to try this one because I do really enjoy the Photoready Candid, and this one is supposed to be a more glowy version. So I'm going to go ahead and pump about that much on the back of my hand. They only sent me one shade, and it might be a little bit too light depending on like if it's full coverage or not, so we'll try to make it work. This is the shade 120. I believe I'm a shade like 150 in the Photoready Candid, and if the shades are the same, this might be just a tad light. Maybe not. We'll see. I'm just going to go ahead and kind of dot this all over the skin first. And I'm actually going to use my Tati Beauty Blendiful to blend this out. If you have not heard about the Tati Beauty Blendiful, it's a new beauty tool. I did an entire review on it. If you guys want to see a more in-depth video on it, I will have that link down below as well. I'm just going to take what's left on the back of my hand, and I'm going to start to kind of swipe and press this onto the skin using the Blendiful. Okay, the shade actually might be perfect for me. It has a little bit more of like a sheer coverage, just like the original Photoready one. So the shade range is pretty forgiving. Okay, so that is one coat of foundation. I am going to add a little bit more to the cheek area. I normally do that with all foundations because I have a bit of redness there. So I'm going to go ahead and do about one more pump on the back of my hand. And this time I'm actually just going to take the Blendiful and dip directly into the product. And then I'm just going to kind of build up the coverage on the cheeks. I'm trying to pay attention to the finish of the foundation to see if the finish is much more glowy than the original. It seems like it's extra fresh. Both formulas look very natural on the skin. They both look very skin-like. They're not full coverage, but you can build up the coverage just to kind of even out the skin tone, I guess. You still will be able to see blemishes through both of these formulas, I'm noticing, but that's kind of what I like about the Photoready line is it just looks like your skin, you know? You can always spot conceal with concealer on any areas that you feel like you need more coverage. Wow, that's actually really nice. I feel like there is a bit of a glow. It's not overpowering and it doesn't look greasy. I'm wondering if the formula is a slightly more hydrating formula and maybe throughout the day it will kind of give more of that glowy effect as it hydrates the skin. I don't really know, but I really liked how it applied. Things look really nice. Things look really natural. So far so good. This next product I was dying to try and I couldn't find it anywhere in my stores. So I actually reached out to Catrice and they sent me these. So thank you to Catrice for helping me out with this video. video, but one of you suggested the Catrice One Drop Coverage Weightless Concealer. So Catrice sent me 2 shades and I'm so excited to try this. I have never heard of this before. It's supposed to be a really lightweight but full coverage kind of a concealer. I'm going to try out the shade 003 first. It says to shake well, so I'm going to make sure to do that. It says it's sweat proof and really long lasting. I don't know, I was just really intrigued by this. Okay, it has a little dropper. I don't know how much I'm supposed to use. I'm gonna drop it on the back of my hand before going in with the Blendiful, just because I don't really know how much I'm gonna need of this. So this is about 2 drops of concealer. I'm gonna take the tiniest amount on the same corner of the Blendiful, and I am just gonna go ahead and pat this underneath the eye area. Wow, a little bit does go a very long way. Do you see how full coverage that is? Oh my goodness. Okay, so I'm making sure to blend it right underneath the eye area and also around the nose to cancel out any redness. And then I'm going to take what's left and apply it on the eyelid actually, just to cancel out anything that's there. I have a lot of discoloration and veins on the eyelid, so I like to take my concealer on the eyelid. I'm going to actually take my Thrive Cosmetics sponge and I'm going to dip into the rest of the concealer on the back of my hand. I'm just curious to see which method I like better as far as this formula goes. So I'm just going to go ahead and kind of press that underneath the eyes. A little bit goes a very long way. It just keeps spreading out on the face and it's spreading out very nicely. Okay, I feel like both blended out the product nicely. I feel like the sponge side made it a bit more dewy, just the slightest bit more dewy, just because it was a damp sponge that I used. But both worked really well. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a little bit more concealer and kind of brighten up the T-zone using the Blendiful. I'm gonna kind of press it on the chin, around the smile lines, a little bit on the sides of the nose, and then right here above the brows, and kind of in between the brows as well. I'm going to take a little bit of the darker shade, which is 005 Light Natural, and I'm going to go ahead and apply just the tiniest bit of that over top of any blemishes that I feel like need extra coverage. And I'm just going to use my sponge to press that into the skin. Okay, so things are looking really good. For powder, I have 2 powders that I wanted to try out. One is a loose powder and one is a pressed tinted powder. So the first one I'm going to use is this right here. It's the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Sweep and Lock Translucent Setting Powder. And I'm wanting to use this powder underneath the eyes and also kind of in the T-zone. And then I'm going to use the other powder for the outer portions of the face. So I'm going to go ahead and just press out any creasing around the eye. It creased a little bit on the eyelid, which is normal before I set it, but I'm just trying to tap out the extra product so that when I set it, I don't set the creases. I'm just going to go ahead and press that powder all around the eye area. I'm also going to set the nose, the center of the forehead, and also around the chin and the smile lines. And then I'm gonna set the other eye. Wow, this is a very lightweight powder, so it's really invisible on the skin, which is really nice. It doesn't feel or look like I'm wearing an intense powder in the T-zone, which is really, really nice. All right, well, so far so good. So the other powder that I wanted to try is this one right here from Milani. I got other powder on it, oops. I picked up 2 shades because I wasn't sure which one would suit me best, and I bought these online. So I picked up the shade Fair and Nude. I'm feeling like Nude will work best for the outer portions of my face. So I'm just going to go ahead and take this powder and I'm going to take a blank portion of the Blendiful and I'm going to dip this directly into the pan and I'm just going to kind of press and roll that over top of the complexion or on the outside of the face. I'm going to do one half of the face first so we can kind of compare and see if the coverage is better at all and what the finish looks like compared to the other side of my face. Okay, so here's the side with the pressed powder and here is the other side of my face that hasn't been set with anything. I definitely notice the coverage is a lot more smooth and a lot more even toned, but it doesn't look too heavy, which I'm liking. So let's go ahead and do the same thing to the side of the face. Okay, I feel like everything looks really, really nice. And everything feels smooth, looks really poreless and flawless. I'm really liking everything so far. For bronzer, I'm going to be trying out the Rimmel Natural Bronzer. And the person who submitted this specifically said the shade Sun Bronze. So this is the shade that I picked up. I feel like it might be a little bit too deep for me, but I'm not going to judge it by the color in the pan. I'm going to make sure to put it on before I tell you if that's the case. So let's go ahead and apply this to the face. I am going to use a brush instead of the Blendiful just so that I can kind of layer it on slowly. And I'm going to start by just kind of stamping this on the cheeks also into the hairline and on the forehead. I'm going to take what's left on the brush and just kind of brush it along the jawline and down the neck. Okay, when I layer it lightly, it is beautiful. Like, it went on so nicely. I could definitely see how it could potentially be a little bit too deep if I was to be heavy-handed with it, but I was just really gentle and just kind of pressed it onto the skin, and it just melted in completely, and it looks so natural. I love the tone of it. I was really nervous because it has a little bit of that terracotta undertone, which on me can sometimes look a little bit orange, but it just kind of looks like I was out in the sun a little bit, you know? It looks so good. Oh my gosh. It's so crazy because, like, I think I've seen this at Walmart so many times, and I just have never picked it up because of the tone of it in the pan, but it goes on beautifully. Oh my gosh. I love finding good new makeup, you guys. I'm gonna go in with the Blendiful, and I'm gonna use the side that we used for that pressed powder, and I'm just gonna kind of press over the edges of the bronzer just to make sure everything is super blended. Oh, I love this. Oh my gosh, you guys, I love how this looks. Doesn't that look so natural? Honestly, I was like the most intimidated about this product out of all of the things I have in front of me, but I feel like this might be the thing that I'm loving most so far. Okay, we're gonna move on to highlighter. I love to do highlight before blush. And the highlighter that I'm going to use is actually a baked blush, but the person who submitted it as a highlighter. So this is the e.l.f. baked blush in the shade Pink Tastic, and it looks like something that I would absolutely love, so I'm super excited about it. Here's what it looks like. That does not look like a blush to me. It definitely looks like more of a highlighter, so I'm very intrigued by this. I'm going to go ahead and get a bit of this on my brush, and let's see how this ends up looking. I know sometimes with these e.l.f. baked products, like, you have to kind of scratch off the top layer. So I'm trying to see if that's the case here. Okay, no. I definitely wasn't shy with the brush. I'm like really going in. Oh my, what? What? Why have I never tried this before? Oh my gosh. Okay, same thing on this side. You guys, look at that. Oh, what? I couldn't find this anywhere, so this is one of those things I had to order on Amazon because it was not in my Walmart or at Ulta, but I just felt like it would be something that I might really enjoy. Oh, I feel like I went a little ham there. You can definitely see the coloring. So there definitely is that bit of like a pink undertone in it, but most of it is like golden champagne. Okay, we've got to fix the nose situation. Hang on. I'm just going to take my Blendiful and kind of press over that with the Milani powder that's left, just to kind of brighten that up a little bit more. This is so stunning. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm really happy. I really love that. This is another thing that I really wanted to try, but I had to wait to order it because, again, I couldn't find it in stores, but it was on Amazon. This is a Milani blush. It's their baked blush in the shade Bella Bellini, which I had never heard anyone talk about. It looks a lot like Luminoso, but it definitely has a bit more of like a punchy, peachy pink with a true gold shift to it, if you can see it right there. So I'm super excited about this as well. Let's go ahead and layer this on the cheeks. I'm just gonna tap off the extra on the brush. And I'm just going to lightly start to layer this on the apples of the cheeks. I just don't know like how pigmented this is or what we're getting into here, so oh my, it is very, very luminous and also very pink. Hang on, okay, we're gonna apply it all over the cheeks first, and then I'm gonna go back in with my Blendiful and just kind of go around the edges just to soften things up slightly. It's definitely a beautiful, beautiful shade. I love the luminosity that it gives the skin. I definitely feel like if you have a lot of texture on your cheeks, you might want to avoid blushes like this in general, but if you're somebody who likes kind of a one and done situation when it comes to blushes and you go for more of those luminous types of blushes so that you kind of get a blush and highlighter in one, and if you don't have too much texture on the cheeks, I think you would really like this. I definitely have a bit of texture and it is emphasizing it, but I still really like the color of it and I feel like I will reach for it. I might use it more as a blush topper personally and kind of go in with more of a matte blush first and then kind of add this on top for just that extra pop of color and also to make the skin look a little bit more healthy, because on me on its own it does emphasize quite a bit of texture, but It's still so beautiful. I definitely still feel like I'm gonna get a lot of use out of it, so I'm really excited. Let's move on to the eyes. For eyeshadow, somebody said their Drugstore Hidden Gem eyeshadow palette was this one right here. This is the Wet n Wild Rosé in the Air palette. Now, I believe that this one has been talked about a few times on the internet as being something that is supposed to be like a dupe for the Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette, which is one of my favorite eyeshadow palettes of all time. It looks very similar to that palette, so I'm super excited to try this out. I'm gonna start off by taking the top shade right here, which is the transition shade, or one of the transition shades in the palette, and I'm gonna start to kind of carve out the crease a little bit. Wow, that's more pigmented than I expected, so I'm tapping off the brush a little bit more, and I'm just gonna work this into the crease and up above a little bit as our transition shade. Dang, that was like a lot more pigmented than I was planning on. So a little bit goes a long way with these. I'm also gonna take what's left and just kind of brush that underneath the lower lash line. Okay, one thing to note, if you're like me and you accidentally go a little too ham with a color of some sort, take a clean brush and just run over the edges, and that should help you really soften up the eyeshadow. All right, I'm gonna do the other eye, and I'm gonna be a lot more cautious with this. All right, next I'm gonna go into this mauve shade right here. And I'm actually gonna layer that right on top of where we just applied that brown shade. I just want a little bit of a purpley undertone in the transition area. And I'm gonna layer it up on top of the brown shadow along the lower lash line as well. I'm actually gonna load up the same brush I was just using with that same shade. And I'm gonna kind of press that all over the actual lid, because I'm really loving this color actually the more I'm applying it. So I want that to be a little bit more of a focal point of the eye look. It looks so pretty kind of pressed onto the eyelid like this. And I'm gonna pinch the brush and layer up that shade even more along the lower lash line, kind of focusing it in the inner 2/3 of that lower lash line. These are all very pigmented and they're blending super nicely. I'm trying to decide if I want like shimmers on the lid. I kind of feel like I like it how it is, so I might just leave it. I'm definitely gonna use this shimmer shade right here for the inner corner. So I'm just gonna take that on a smaller, precise brush, and I'm gonna pop that in the inner corner of the eye. And I'm gonna do a little golden scoopity boopity right here, just to kind of shape things out a little bit and give the eye a bit more dimension. Then I'm gonna take what's left and just pop it right underneath the brow. I feel like I wanna tie in a bit of that pink Tastic highlighter, or blush, I guess. So I'm gonna take a bit of this and I'm gonna use this on the eyes. I'm just gonna take it with that same brush we were just using, and I'm just gonna kind of pop that in the inner corner as well to intensify that highlight. And then I'm going to drag it into the inner crease right here. Not all the way up, but maybe about halfway, blending it into that first shade we applied. Okay, next I'm gonna be taking the dark brown matte shade in the palette on more of a small smudger brush. And I'm going to use that to lightly define the outer third of the top lash line, almost like a soft eyeliner. I'm going to brush up the brows really quick. It's kind of driving me crazy. All right, for mascara, this has been a mascara that I've wanted to try several times. I've seen it submitted in a lot of videos where I ask you guys for your makeup suggestions. It wasn't just submitted in the poll for this specific video. It is the CoverGirl Clump Crusher Mascara. I haven't heard anything about this mascara, and it seems like so many of you guys really love it. So we're trying this out today. I'm gonna go ahead and apply this to the lashes. I wanted to show you guys the brush, because I think it's really, really interesting. So we'll see how this goes. Okay, I'm gonna start by applying it to the top lashes, and it seems to really be applying nicely. The applicator is super unique. Okay, so there's one coat on that top lash. I really like how it looks. I'm wanting to see how well it will build, because even though it says that it's a Clump Crusher Mascara, so I'm assuming it's not gonna be too spidery or clumpy. But I still like volume, so I just want to see if I can get it to build. Okay, yes, I definitely feel like I got it to build. Look at that. That's really nice. I'm going to go ahead and apply it to the lower lashes. The curvature of the applicator actually really helps to apply it to the lower lashes really easily. All right, there's the side-by-side comparison. I definitely feel like it gave length, and it did definitely give volume to the lashes, but in like a really natural, fluffy way, which I really like. CoverGirl makes some of my very favorite mascaras, so I was really hoping to enjoy this one, and I am really, really liking it so far. Obviously, with mascara, a wear test is important for me, but the CoverGirl mascaras that I love really don't smudge or flake on me, so I'm hoping it's the same with this one. All right, I'm just gonna layer up the same mascara on this eye. Okay, wow, I'm definitely really enjoying that mascara. It went on beautifully, and again, it's just a really nice fluffy, natural, but like still super glam in a lot of ways kind of a mascara. I don't know, it kind of like has the best of a bunch of worlds for me. Not too shabby. I'm actually really excited about it. Okay, so if you watched my last video, you would have seen that I looked high and low for a lipstick that was recommended and I couldn't find it. So I ended up having to use something else in that video, but I found it. And I'm so excited to use this because I love the All Night Lip Vibes lipstick. And somebody said that their specific shade that they feel is their drugstore hidden gem is this one right here, which is called Skip the Gym. So again, it's the Lip Vibes lipstick and it looks like this. It actually kind of looks like this blush a little bit, you know? It has that kind of duochrome look to it. Before I apply this, I am going to remove the foundation that got on the lips. All right, let's go ahead and try out this lipstick. Now, I'm usually not somebody that wears like these kind of frosty kind of lip colors, but as I'm applying this one, first of all, it has a beautiful tone and undertone, and also like that golden shift is really flattering. I'm realizing that I would use this kind of more as a lipstick topper, just in the way that I would use the blush. So they're kind of similar in that sense. I feel like I need a little bit of a lip liner with this one. So I'm gonna go ahead and use a bit of this right here. This is from House Laboratories, so it's not drugstore. As I apply that, I feel like I need something a little bit more mauve-y. There was actually not that many lip liners that were suggested. Maybe I'll go grab the one that I used in the last video of this. Yeah, I think I'll go do that. Okay, hold on. Okay, I'm gonna use the NYX lip liner in the shade Nude Suede Shoes, which was recommended in the last video I did of this. It is so pretty. I love this shade. I'm so glad you guys recommended it to me. Okay, this is more of like a rosy nude instead of a mauve, but I still feel like it works really well with the eye look, so we're just gonna go with it. I lined and filled in the lips with that, and now I'm gonna go back into the Almay Skip the Gym lipstick, and I'm gonna add this to like the center of the lips. Yes, I love that. Okay, I'm just pressing it in a little bit with my finger, but you can see that just adds the perfect amount of dimension to the lips, and it is a little bit more of a sheer formula, so I feel like you could layer it over top of so many different shades of lipstick. Ooh, that is a good combo, you guys. I love it. Okay, another lip product I'm gonna try out, and I've always wanted to try this. It's the e.l.f. Jelly Pop Juicy Gloss, and I got the shade Watermelon Pop. This was somebody's drugstore hidden gem, and I've heard good things about this, so I do have high hopes. Okay, let's go ahead and apply this to the lips. I just want a little. Oh my gosh, it tastes just like watermelon Pop Rocks. I'm just using my finger to kind of press that into the lips as well. I'm liking it because it obviously gives off a nice glossy finish to the lips, but it's not super sticky at all. It kind of feels like a lip balm, which is what I love in a lip gloss. So let's sit back and assess the situation. You guys, I'm really loving this look. I'm gonna go ahead and take the bronzer brush and just kind of press on a little bit more of that bronzer, which I think looks so pretty. Gosh, this lip combo is so good, and my cheeks, everything. I'm loving everything, you guys. All right, I'm gonna take a little bit more blush on the blush brush. I'm not gonna add any more. I'm just using what's left on the brush just to kind of add a bit more of that pink. I think I'm good on the level of highlighter that I have. I love the lips. Let's see, I'm gonna go ahead and touch up the brows. I actually like totally spaced picking up another brow product, so I'm just using my CoverGirl brow pencil, but I was wanting to try out the e.l.f. Precise brow pencil. So many of you guys have really enjoyed that, so I'm gonna have to pick it up for another video. Okay, to set the face today, one of you said that the NYX Dewy Finish Setting Spray was your drugstore hidden gem. So this is what we're gonna use. I'm gonna give it a little shake and just spray that all over the skin. I'm not gonna be shy. All right. Gosh, I keep forgetting to bring my handy fan over here. Where did I leave that? Oh well, we'll just use my hands today. And once that is almost dry, I'm gonna go over it with my sponge just to press any powdery finish down into the skin. I'm gonna make sure to dust off any mascara marks. There's not too many, but I did get a little bit right here. And then for brows, I'm gonna be using the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Boost and Set brow gel or volumizing brow mascara. I have just the clear shade today. So I'm just gonna run that through the brows. Alrighty, well that completes the makeup look, you guys. I am so in love with how it turned out. I know I say that a lot at the end of my videos, but truly when I try out products that you guys recommend, I find some of my very favorite products, and I cannot believe how beautiful this looks. I feel like my skin looks so healthy and so smooth. The eye look is beautiful, the eyeshadows were really pigmented, and these two shades mixed together made like the best romantic kind of smoky eye, but it's also like natural enough to wear every single day. I don't know, I just love it. The lip combo is amazing. That highlighter was incredible. You guys, I really loved everything, and I can't wait to continue to wear these products. I'm gonna go through things really quickly and just kind of mention my favorites based off of my first impressions. I won't be doing a wear test today, but what I will do is I'll pay attention to how this wears on my face for the rest of the night, and I will leave notes as far as if anything went wrong. If it didn't go wrong, I won't leave a note, and if something really shocked me, I'll definitely leave a note in a more positive light of why I ended up loving it so much. So be sure to check the description box for updates. Let's go through things. The Revlon Photoready primer felt really beautiful on the skin. I felt like it did smooth out the face. You can kind of tell, like you can kind of see how smooth things look, and so I can't wait to continue to use this and see how it works with other foundations. The Revlon Candid Glow Foundation, oh my goodness. I definitely feel like my skin looks so natural, which is something that I love about the Photoready line in general, but having one that has a bit more glow to it and a little bit more moisture, I feel like I might end up reaching for this a little bit more than my other one. We'll have to see, and we'll definitely have to see how it wears, but I'm super excited about that. I'm super excited about these Catrice One Drop Weightless concealers. I feel like there is no trace of lack of sleep under my eyes, and my under eyes look so bright, but they also, again, don't feel too heavy. I love it. I really do feel like it's a weightless concealer. This powder was really nice. It was also something that I felt was weightless and undetectable on the skin. The Milani powder I feel like went on really well. We'll definitely have to see how that wears, but I enjoyed it. I was so shocked by the bronzer. Where is that? Here it is. The Rimmel Natural Bronzer in the shade Sun Bronze. It does not look this intense on the skin. I feel like I was able to make it look so natural, and I love it. It went on so beautifully. It blended out so beautifully as well, and I'm just really excited about this product. I can't wait to continue to wear that one. I really also loved this right here, the Pink Tastic blush as a highlighter. It's stunning, you guys. It just melts into the skin. I love the tone of it and the undertone of it. I did feel like it was a little bit, like a tiny bit deep for me to use too far down on the nose, so I will keep that in mind for next time, but I feel like it was perfect for the cheeks. The blush from Milani was also stunning. Again, I do feel like I would use it more as a blush topper next time. However, as I'm looking in the monitor, I love how it looks, so, you know, you never know. I might end up using it as more of just a blush on its own, depending on the kind of look I'm going for. I just feel like it really added to the whole fresh face kind of a thing. What else is there? Oh, the eyeshadow palette went on really nicely. I enjoyed it. The Clump Crusher Mascara, I'm super excited about, and I love how my lashes look. I will keep you guys posted on how I feel about that. But so far, I'm super pumped about it. And again, the lip combo was amazing. Like, I love this lip combo so much. I feel like the Almay lipstick really helped to add an extra amount of juiciness to the lips. Like, it just kind of added that effect. But underneath the gloss, it's almost undetectable that it has that kind of a satin, sheeny kind of a finish, which is something that I don't normally reach for in a lipstick, but I will definitely be using it like this. So I really genuinely thoroughly enjoyed everything, you guys. Again, check the description box for more about how I feel about the products as I wear it through the rest of the night. But thank you guys so much for submitting such amazing products. I can't wait to continue to use these. Let me know in the comments if any of these products are something that you guys love, because I hadn't tried any of these today, which I can't believe because I have tried so much from the drugstore, and it's just incredible that there are still so many more amazing products out there that have kind of existed for a while. I don't think any of these were too new to the drugstore, except for maybe the Revlon foundation. So it's just cool to see that there are so many amazing products at the drugstore to discover that have been there for a minute. So yeah, I really enjoyed filming this video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. If you're new here, hi, my name is Allie, and I would love for you to join the family. You can do so by hitting the subscribe button. And if you're already a subscriber but you want to be notified on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, click on the bell after you subscribe and you'll get a notification every single time I post. I hope you guys have an amazing day wherever you are, and I will see you in my next video. Love you. Bye.